My dear students, let us continue. So there are four principles: data abstraction, inheritance, polymorphism and encapsulation. So first of all we will discuss about inheritance and polymorphism. Later on we will discuss data abstraction and encapsulation. Okay, so why I am doing like that, because these are easier as comparison to the remaining two. Okay, so let us continue. Just wait. So let us understand about inheritance. Okay, it is somewhat related to the heredity. Okay, you know very well, heredity means we are inheriting some features, okay, from our parents. Generally, the transmission of genetically based characteristic from parents to the offsprings, we call that heredity. In the same way, what we do, just let us come to the concept. We can make as many classes as we want, and we can what we can do, we can keep the separate features, right? And whenever we require, we can use the feature from other class by inheriting that class. Okay, so what does it mean? What I mean to say, suppose there are two class A and class B. Okay, certain things I have described in class A and certain I have described in class B. There are two separate classes, and what I described in the class, data members and functions, right? Suppose I would like to use the data members and functions of class A into class B. So what I mean, what I will have to do, I will have to inherit this class into class B, so that I can use the features, means data members and functions of class A into class B, right? The programs related to the inheritance are given in 10th class, so that later on we will see the programs. Okay, so you have to try to understand the concept. What does it mean? Again, understand, we are making a separate classes, and we are defining a separate features of the class, each class, and whenever we require, when there is a requirement to use that feature of that class, so we can inherit that class wherever we want to use. So this is the inheritance, and generally we inherit by the keyword extends. There is a keyword extends. With the help of keywords, we can inherit one class to another class. How we write that? We write class A, and suppose class A I would like to inherit, so I will write class B extends class A. Like that I will have to write. Okay, you can understand by this example also. There is a class animal, broadly categorized into that carnivores and herbivores. Again, carnivores, tiger, these are some certain attributes in the sense properties, data members, tiger, lion, leopard, and herbivores, cow, goat, buffalo, right? So you will find that some of the characteristic or properties of class animal will be inherited by class carnivores and herbivores. It means the properties of this animal will be inherited by carnivores and herbivores, right? Because the herbivores and carnivores elements, whatever are given here, that also come under the category of animals. So here you can see, during inheritance the elements of base class are shared by the derived class. Remember, as I told, if class A and class B is extending class A, extends A, so it means this A is the base class B is the derived class, okay, or subclass we can also call this B. One more thing, we can this here, as a result, it may happen that the elements of performing a specific task in base class can be used to perform another task in derived class. It means features of class A, a base class, can be used in class B. So this feature we call as reusability. Okay, the term inheritance means to link and share some common properties of one class with the other class. This can be done by extending the object of one class into another class and using through it. So you can remember this definition, right? So let us continue. Next is polymorphism. As the name suggests, one form, there may be many form of one thing, right? So that is polymorphism. So what does it mean? You understand by this example. In software terms, if there is a volume, so we can use this same name but for different purpose. Here this volume is used to calculate the volume of cube, here to calculate the volume of cuboid, here to calculate the volume of sphere, not circle, okay, sphere. So what we can conclude from this, there may be a many form of one thing, but that can be used for many purpose, for different purposes, right? Now you may ask how the compiler will differentiate. So you can see this parameters side, this we call parameters. Here you can see there are 3 parameters, here you can see there is 1 parameter. So there is a way to differentiate. We differentiate either it should be different in number of parameters, it should be different, or the type of parameter should be different. Okay, so later on when programming will come related to this, then I will discuss in more depth. But for that basic, you can understand, compiler will differentiate on the basis of 2 things. Either compiler will differentiate on the basis of number of attributes, number of parameters, okay, so which is written inside this brackets, as written here side, as written here length, breadth, height, and as written here radius. Okay, so this is called the polymorphism, right? And what it supports the function overloading, because we are using same function but different parameters, because purpose is different. Okay, so this is polymorphism.